You're tuned into Soul Fusion Cafe, your place for radiant wellness and soul-forward living. Join your host, Jess Juntunen, quantum healer, intuitive, and midwife to the awakening spirit, as we dive into quantum tools, wisdom teachings, and integrated healing pathways for transformation. You can live a life of freedom to be without limitation. Cozy up, grab your tea, and enjoy this hour of expansion, wisdom, and love. Namaste and welcome to Soul Fusion Cafe. I'm Jess Juntunen, your grateful and happy host. I'm so honored and thrilled you are here, and today is a beautiful show because I think it's one that many of us can relate to. Do you have a dream that you might feel a little scared to birth, but you're so ready for it? Are you ready to birth your dream? But how can we really do that when we have fears about moving forward? And, those fears can take shape in so many different ways. And sometimes we don't even realize that we have a fear. But if there's resistance, that means there's some kind of fear underlying why we aren't birthing our dream. And also to just relax, because sometimes things are happening behind the scenes and we don't always see it all, but the universe is working for us. And hey, and maybe you're like, I don't even know what my dream is, but I have an idea. Perfect, because really just working towards your dream, filling your cup, continuing to move forward with joy and love in your heart will reveal your dream to you. But it is a potent time for our dreams right now. In this moment, we are at a time of great expansion on our planet. Great expansion. Everything is expanding and accelerating. And you may notice that things just feel like they're going very fast, because they are, at least to those of us who are anchored in and connecting with our ascended state of being, and those of us that are lifting and choosing to say yes to ourselves and our path of self-ascension, which to me, the path of self-ascension is the journey home to our true self and our true nature. And those of us that have been saying, yes, I want it, you have to want it. And those of us that have been saying yes are experiencing so much expansion, many miracles and synchronicities. Things are just lining up. And it also seems like it's becoming easier to shift out of the density, which is the muck or mire of the earthly experience. The ego lives there, that tries to stop our forward momentum out of its fear and trying to keep us safe. It's misguided and it's been overblown and gotten a huge sense of importance in itself over a long time, but we're learning to allow it to serve us and not lead us. So we're experiencing I'm noticing myself and others and clients I work with and workshops I'm leading, it's becoming easier for people to allow the ego to dissolve into higher love and consciousness and to release it. It's like easier to see it when it's playing its games and to say, you know what, not today. I love you. Thank you for sharing, but you're now going to go in the back seat and I'm going to be driving. The soul self, me, my real self, is going to be driving. And a lot of times we talk about the higher self. Well, that is our self, right? That's your self. The other senses of self are often connected to our personality, connected to our ego. So we're truly actually expanding so rapidly into the truth of who we are, our real true self, which you might call the higher self, but it's you. That is you. The higher self is you. And we're all one. We're all a spark of the divine. the divine source, light, God, goddess, whatever you love to call that. But we're all a part of that, and we are the divine experiencing itself in form. We have a human body, this protoplasmic jumpsuit that we're in. We get to be on planet Earth. We get to experience and dance and have these different senses, smells, sights, hearing, and we get to experience love with other beings. And it's all like a mirror of ourself because we're all the divine looking at ourselves. But on the planet of form, it's really a unique experience. And it's one that your soul said yes to. I want this experience for my soul's growth, for my journey to understand more, for wisdom. You don't even maybe consciously know all those reasons. Likely you don't, but your soul does. And it's such an expansive time. It starts to become more and more apparent. We follow the soul and it leads us along. It is showing us the way. And we surrender over the ego, the need to control. We surrender over the pieces of ourselves that want to know, how do we do it? How do we get there? What's our dream? How do we do it? And we really embrace the soul forward life that is self-ascension. And if you're sitting there going, "Oh my goodness, yeah, I've had dreams." Like, think back to when you were a small child. What, before the world started telling you what you should and shouldn't do and started to put all of the paradigms on you, what did you love as a child? That's a clue and a cue for what is your dream. What did you really love doing? It can be an excellent practice to sit and just connect with your inner child and invite her to show you what brings her joy. And it can also be very beneficial to sit and practice in a meditation and get clarity. What are my dreams that I've had? Maybe I put them on the back burner. Maybe I just forgot about them and thought I needed to move along in the world and just get by, or things happened and I forgot about them or thought they weren't possible, but I'm feeling that urge now. Because really, the question is, in 2020 and right now at this moment, it's if not now, when? If not you, who? Because your dreams, your soul has these dreams for a reason. It's part of your soul's mission on this earth, and everybody's is unique. It might be to write that book. It may be to be a dancer. It may be to be a teacher. It may be to be a mother or a father. It may be just to be a community member who supports our community. It might be all of those things or some of those things, but all of them will come together and crystallize and like, this is my mission of what I'm bringing into the world. This is my message, and I'm going to live it and share it and be it. And you get to have all the beautiful things for yourself and your family. And when you do, it extends out into the world. It's not selfish to have your own personal dreams for your life. It's not bad. Sometimes we've gotten that idea on this planet that it's selfish to want for ourselves. But when we achieve for ourselves, we open the portal and the possibility for others, and we model and we show and we create positive shift that ripples out over and through the whole planet. It's a win-win. Or your mission might be really big to, create a wave and a momentum for everybody. And you might see a big vision of what the planet looks like with healing and love and harmony. And it's that time to nurture and nourish. Every time the fear comes up about how do I move forward, when the paralysis comes in, or anger, which really is fear, it comes from fear. Any of those feelings come up, it's that opportunity to say, okay, I hear you and I honor you, and shift your focus to the dream. Shift your focus to what you're creating, what you want to see in the world, and create that within yourself, because that is how it works. So within, so without. When we heal within, when we do the work within, when we touch inside and create the experiences we wish to see in the world, we're creating them in the world. We're mirroring it out. We're all source, and we all get to play here, and we all get to co-create this experience. Like we're weaving a big, beautiful tapestry. And what are the colors you're choosing? What are you bringing into the tapestry? What are you, what's your contribution? And everybody's weaving it together, and it's this beautiful tapestry. So it's perfect. Wherever you are is perfect. And you haven't done anything wrong, or you haven't messed anything up. You're exactly where you need to be. So birthing your beautiful dream right now. It's expansion time. So this show premieres on Sundays, and this Sunday it is going to be May 24th, the last week of May, when this show is airing on Oneness Talk Radio. And you can catch it at Oneness Talk Radio on YouTube as well, onenesstalkradio.com, in my archives. Whenever you're listening is perfect. And just know, though, that this final week of May, or whenever you're listening, just anchor in this energy anyways. But this energy right now is carrying us into June, and June is an explosion. So what have you been paying attention to? Where has your focus been? What have you been creating in your life? What do you want to create? What do you want to birth? What do you want to really come forward? Because you have this beautiful window right now to really get clear. And we're just coming out of the new moon. And in June, we're going to go into the pre-shadow of retrograde, Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde, pre-phase starts on June 1st. And there's another up-level experience. We just had an up-level with the new moon, and we're having one on Monday the 1st. And I'm basing this off of a calendar that has been gifted to the world through wisdom teachers Sri Ramka and Master Lady Kira Ra. They bring this through the archangelic realm and ascended masters, and this is the up level calendar for the year. And these are things that are happening, and I and others have been experiencing them in real time since the beginning of 2020. It's amazing. We're at June. It's insane. And we kick it off with a Mercury retrograde pre-phase starting off and the up level. And then on June 5th, we have a full moon eclipse. That's astounding. That's astounding. And then Mercury retrograde starts on June 19th, and we have another up level experience on the illuminated new moon eclipse on June 21st, and a peak up level experience. Peak up level experience. So these up level experiences are upgrading us. They are bringing us the opportunity to transcend the density. Now, what do I mean by density? That is the 3D. What is the 3D? This world of form. Your body feels solid. The chair you're on feels solid. The walls feel solid. But we know energetically, right? They're just very densely packed molecules, and that it's all created and it's all moving and movement. It's all energy. But it's very slow moving. So that's why it's called density. And our thoughts, even though you can't see them, are also dense. They're more dense than other dimensions. So are emotions. Those are all things of the third dimensional realm. And they're all beautiful gifts and experiences. But we are learning to integrate our multidimensional experience with the third dimension. We're learning how to bring the fifth dimensional into the third in a more real way. And June is all about that. It's an explosion of the expansion that we've been working with till now. And, everything's expanding. So those that are deep in density experience, that are just completely aligned with density, it's like they're sleeping. They're just in a dream. It's like being in a bad B movie. We like to say in our TOSA community. But it is. It's like, just being very reactionary. It's all of the emotions, things, and chaos. It's the fear, pain, suffering. It's all those things that just don't feel good, that contract our energy. And it literally feels like a contraction. And many are doing that right now. And if you're expanding and you're seeing that around you, just what do we do with the sleepy? The ancient Essene tell us just to comfort them. Give them a blanket, tuck them in, make sure they're comfortable. They're doing exactly what they need to be doing for their soul's journey. You cannot shake or prod someone who is sleeping awake. Like, what happens if you go and poke a sleeping bear? Not a good reaction, right? And that comes from our ego too. Thinking we need to save others, and we really are transcending the victim consciousness here. And victim consciousness loves density. It loves the third dimension. That's all about, oh my gosh, poor me. I don't know what to do. I can't go on. How do I keep living like this? The world is doing this to me. I'm so sad. All I see is pain. Why me? Those are just all examples of victim consciousness, not taking responsibility, blaming outside circumstances, blaming other people. Or, those that are being abusive are very much, there's the victim triangle, and there's 3 points. There's a victim, abuser, and a rescuer in that triangle. So there's those that um, are abusing others, and we do this all inside ourselves too, right? The triangle's in our own being, right? We can be our own abuser. Usually we're terrible to ourselves comparatively to how we might be to others, or we seek somebody that abuses us so we can be in the victim, or we seek to be the rescuer and save others and go in after others and try to rescue them, or we want a rescuer to come save us from ourselves. And just be like honest, like nakedly honest with yourself where you're playing this. And there's no judgment. We were born into density, and density has been anchored in this kind of consciousness for thousands of years. So it's your ancestry, your family of origin, your culture, school, everything. This paradigm has placed that inside of us so strongly. So, have mercy on yourself as you break free, and don't judge yourself. The awareness is what helps you lift. The awareness brings you automatically into a fifth dimensional experience much more quickly. So just being aware, oh, I caught myself feeling like a victim. Like, I'll give an example where this happened to me recently. I went for a walk. I live way far, far north in the North Woods, the farthest part of Michigan. If you even think you know where Michigan is, you probably might not even know there's a whole upper peninsula. We're 10 hours drive from Detroit. We are up by Lake Superior. We're farther than some north in some parts of Canada. And we stick up out into the Lake Superior, and it's very cold for a long time in our spring. It takes a long time for winter to loosen its grip, and it just started happening. And and it's beautiful and it's glorious and celebratory. But there was one day I went out and the sun was out earlier in the day, and I got out for my walk, and I'm walking, I didn't wear as many layers as I thought I needed. I thought, oh, it's going to be nice and warm. And it wasn't warm that day. It was warmish, but it wasn't what I wanted, and it was windy. Okay, so there I was judging the weather and the experience, and I was feeling a little victim-y about it. Like, I just wanted to really enjoy feeling warm. Why is it like this? And then I just started laughing at myself when I recognized it. Oh my gosh, I was actually feeling victimized by the weather. And then I moved into a state of acceptance, and really learned from the trees and the nature. Like, they don't have an attachment to what the weather's like. They just keep existing and doing what they do. And I was able to enter a divine flow and transcend that. And when we transcend that, then we are a teacher. Then we are a mentor and a leader. Then we are able to be a way shower for others. And it's amazing to just catch ourselves. So I just wanted to share that little example because it's just like one way. And how often does this kind of stuff happen? It's like when people are together and they're complaining, they're reinforcing the victim triangle, and people want to stay there because it's scary to break free. If you're listening to this, you've probably done work to break free, or you're trying to. It takes a lot of courage to do that, to say, I'm going to look at my stuff, I'm going to own it. But once we do and go along, it becomes fun. It's like, oh, forgive yourself for your human foibles. I mean, it's funny. It's just part of being human, and you can transcend that. And right now, the fifth dimension is here and anchored, and you can easily pop into that fifth dimension and get the perspective and lift and heal any other remnant pieces of the density experience. And the thing we want to do is be able to be here in our form and enjoy this planet and see our dreams come alive and see our dreams for this planet healed, and the communities and the love and the light coming into this planet where all beings can anchor in their heart center and be the truth of who they are and live their dreams. And imagine what that world looks like and feels like. That's what we're creating right now. And the energy is here right now for us to do it. And seriously, I get a little animated, but it's right now. Do it. It's no more sitting on the fence or waffling. Either go back to density and stay there and have fun, and that's all perfect. It serves. Or choose to anchor your multidimensional presence. Choose to anchor your divinity, because there's so much support around you to do that. And if you really do need extra support with any of this, I do free discovery sessions. Check it out at selfascensionstudios.com. It's an amazing opportunity. And check out other resources. Just go where your heart's called. Find support. Get intuitive energy counselor and healer, somebody that you resonate with, or books or music, or just, follow the path that your soul's calling for. You can't go wrong. And, be prepared too, because things don't always look the way we think they're going to when we make a choice. Like, we get what we need, not what we think we need sometimes. And that's a very good discernment to try on. This is a transformational time. You can transform your life. Absolutely. So think about your day as your ceremony. Think about your dream often. Write it out. Put it on paper. Hang it where you'll see it. Put it on your mirror. Connect with it often. And if you're feeling the fear of moving forward, if you're feeling the fear, really a couple simple things. Hand to heart often. When you feel the fear rise, hand to heart and breathe and stay there. And if that feels even hard, bring one hand to your head and one hand to your heart and breathe and balance these centers. Really balance and invite this balancing energy in. Sometimes the mind is really active, so by bringing one hand to heart and one to the head, you really can support a balance and allow your heart to come forward and the mind to quiet. It will balance the two. And really learn how to clear your energy. The container practice is one of my favorite all-time practices. You can find that at shriankira.com in their practices section, or I can email you a PDF I've created that was gifted by the Archangelic Realm for everybody on the planet. And in fact, I'll even teach it to you quickly right now. You bring your left hand out to your side, palm up, calling beautiful white light into your left hand, calling in the white light, calling in the white light, feeling your crown ignite, ignition of the crown, And you're bringing in this beautiful energy in through your crown, into your being. And really feel that light filling you up. And now with your right hand, imagine it's a sticky catcher's mitt. Your left hand is still out. Your right hand hovers above the top of your crown. And you're going to sweep the hand over the front of your body, all the way down your midline until you get to the base of your spine, your tailbone, and then you send your hand off and out, the right hand, and sending it to the container, to the TOSA container. So bringing your hand, left hand's out, calling in white light, bring your right hand above your crown and declare out loud, in this moment, I release all that does not serve my highest good. I love you. Thank you. Sweeping your hand down, all the way down to the base of the spine, past and through, and send it off to the container. And you can do that several times if you like. That practice is profound. Notice how clear you feel. When we go about our day, we end up picking up other people's stuff sometimes. Our auric field gets murky. This is a way to recycle that energy, and it goes to a container that's in Ecuador, and every week the energies there are transmuted back to light and love and source and ceremony. You can also create your own container and do that transmutation too. And of course, there's other ways to clear our energy. Saltwater bath, going in the woods, deep breathing and breath, so many things. But that container is profound. It really works. And another thing you can learn how to do is ignite your star consciousness. And I would really invite you to go to Sri and Kira, official Sri and Kira at YouTube, and search for the star consciousness practice and do it. That will activate your ascended state of being, the multidimensional self. The fifth dimension is here. How are you anchoring it? And I'm really feeling that quote from Archangel Zadkiel. If it does not bring you joy, then why are you doing it? If it does not bring you joy, then why are you doing it? And just honestly reflect on that question often. It has a lot of depth and nuances to it. It is your time to be in joy. It is your time to thrive. It is your time to live your dreams. So clearing your energy and connecting with your heart, because the heart is the root center of our ascended state of being. Everything begins at the heart, and we lift from there and connect to our multidimensional being, our true self, our true nature. We are more than a fifth dimensional being. We're seventh, ninth, and beyond. We have so much expansiveness. And of course, to the mind, a lot of this is like, what? We're just trying to give a frame of reference to the mind. It starts to relax. I mean, it really is beyond the mind. It's a knowing when we're there. But the mind does start to say, oh, this feels pretty good being here, and starts to trust it more. And the ego starts to trust it more. Truly, your dreams matter. And this work isn't really work, it's play. Try on that. Get out of the seriousness of spiritual work and get into the play of it. Get into the flow of it. This is a grand opportunity. Really be with your dreams. Really be with your expansion. Really be with your growth. And practice really witnessing your life. The fifth dimension that is here and anchoring, and that is going to explode for us in June. And the miracles and manifestations that will explode for you. It's all happening. You just need to breathe and be with it and trust. There are 3 foundations right now that will keep you on your path and keep you going, and that is steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust. Stay with that focused commitment. What am I committed to? The presence. Steadfast commitment, focused presence. What am I being present with and to? Where's my focus? And complete trust. Am I trusting myself? Am I trusting the divine? that will always, always see you through. And joy will always help lift you. So the fifth dimension is compassion. If you can imagine yourself now just lifting and gazing at your beautiful body of form that has carried you this beautiful life that you are in, when you're feeling your intuition and the tingles and the connections to something deeper, you're in the fifth dimension. When you can hold your life and all the experiences you have had with compassion, with love, you know you have anchored in the fifth dimension. And when you can see that all others are playing their part perfectly, even though to the mind of form, we want to judge. And that brings us back into victim consciousness, back into the third dimension firmly. Because there are beings that are playing their part perfectly. Some have to be in density to help others to awaken. Sometimes we have to go through challenging experiences to awaken to our divinity. Because of the way this planet is, because of the way we've been a long time, without being shaken up, why would you look for a new perspective or new way of being? Something has to happen to create that desire and opening to look deeper and to find the truth and to explore. So know that if you're going through anything that's difficult, go check out my Dark Night of the Soul episode at selfascensionstudios.com. It's a favorite of many, and that will really support you if you're going through something difficult, because many will go through that, and we can go through it many times. And it is really part of the void and the experience before we up level and shift. And know that right before you're about to really up level and shift, we are up leveling, you're doing it, the ego might get really active. That's the ego contains like our memories, the past, things that have happened that have been painful that it's trying to avoid us having happen again. So anytime we're doing something that's new and expanding ourselves, that we're moving towards, it gets scared and wants to stop it. And it doesn't have a forward view. It only looks backwards and informs the now by past pains. And we're running on programs and limiting beliefs that can hold us back. So, to truly just allow it to soften, you want to allow it to have its say and feel it, but then you want to release it. You really want to do that piece of shifting it and coming back into your soul self. And the ego, it starts to relax and dissolve, but it's going to be really active if you're looking at what others are doing. And there are others that are 100% in their ego consciousness or spiritualized ego, which is, when there's a group of people organized, but they're all still very much in their egoic, but they're all validating each other. They're all partners in pain and partners in density and staying stuck in their position. And it can be really easy to go into judgment about what others are doing, judgment about things, fear about what's happening in the world, conspiracy, all of that. And you know what? That just takes you away from your divinity. And it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to say, okay, I looked, I experienced that. How do I feel? All right, I'm going to lift now. I'm going to choose to be there more often. That's how you bring your dreams to you. If you're looking at all the distractions that are happening in the world, that's going to stimulate your fear and it's going to stop your dreams, because fear paralyzes us. It keeps us from moving forward. It keeps us stuck in the past. It keeps us stuck. So avoid the distractions, turn off the news, turn off the social media, spend less time on your devices, get outside, breathe, hug a tree. Do what you need to do, because it's a time to connect. The question is, what are you connecting to? Who are you connecting to? And why? What are you getting out of it? The ego will love to keep you in pain because that keeps you stuck. And it will act up big time before you have a breakthrough. You might be feeling you're building towards it, and it will crescendo. And then once you move through it, everything relaxes and you break through, or you spiral back down. And it's all perfect But I know the more consciously evolved I get, and I have a feeling it's the same for you, it's preferable to be in that upward lift and to just recognize with no judgment when we are spiraling down. Because just by bringing in the awareness, we start to lift again and we start to move back into the fifth dimension. You are a powerful co-creative being, and you are co-creating your experience right now, every moment. You're creating your dreams. You came here with a dream, and the world needs you now. The whole world, everyone is experiencing this expansion, and that means everything is expanding. Those that are in chaos and fear and drama and pain and anger and all of that, righteousness, they are going to have an expansion of that experience, right? As are those that are living their dreams, manifesting, being in the love, being in the joy, sharing, doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, choosing themselves, choosing the planet, saying yes. There will be more expansion of that. So it's, what are you expanding? What are you living through? What are you creating? It is such a miraculous time to be alive and to be here right now. Do the dance, do the things, do the joy. It will lead you to your dreams. And if you're feeling fear, it's a signal that you need more love. Love is the answer. You need to love the fears. You need to love whatever is present and listen. And it's often very much connected to an inner child experience. So loving the inner child that you are. Bring a photo out of yourself as a child. Connect with him or her or them often. Be with them. Show them I'm here, I'm listening. What are your dreams? I'm going to birth them. We're going to do it together. Yes, it's time. We're transcending so much, and the energies right now are something we've never experienced before on the planet. That's why manifestation can happen so fast. None of us has experienced this in our lifetime, and it hasn't happened for thousands of years or more, that the energy has been this available and open. The realms of crystal and light are pouring support into us. Your angels and guides are here. There are many gathering around to support, and we just need to reach out and ask. And you are the light. You are the light. And you have a form, and you get to dance in this world of form, remembering you are the light. All your dreams get to birth through the remembrance that I am the light. I am this multidimensional being having a human experience. I'm the light. I get to create and contribute to this world in ways that make my heart soar, in ways that support others to do the same. It's a time to come home to the temple of the soul and to honor the temple of the body that has come along. Many are experiencing a lot of body issues right now, strange illnesses and diseases. And we're certainly all going through this virusing experience, stimulating much. Loving our body, helping it feel safe and heard and listened to is always the first step. Nourishing it, not just food, but the things we watch, what we take in, our breath, who we spend time with, what we're around. All of this does play into unsticking yourself and moving towards your dreams. Go for it. This is your go card. And because you are light, you get to command the light. You get to ask for help. Invite help and support from the light and your resources. Invite them in. Show me. And the mantra of self-ascension. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. Truly serves you. It truly propels you forward. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. And the expansion of that has come forward this year. Expand into this. Open my mind. expand my vision, ignite my heart, heal the world, open my mind, expand my vision, ignite my heart, heal the world. When you do that, you open a portal so 100,000 others may awaken to the truth of their being. You doing your personal work, you doing your dreams, you expanding into the light that you are, supports people you don't even know to do the same. That's how powerful we all are. I want you to know how loved you are. Your dream matters. It's a time of expansion. Do it and go for it. If you feel like you need extra support, please email jess@selfascensionstudios.com. Check out my discovery sessions. Check out Shri and Kira. They are my mentors and they are fantastically amazing. They are bar none the best, most authentic, amazing beings. Or go where your heart resonates. Trust yourself. And know that I have an amazing opportunity you can jump in on starting June 5th when we have the full moon lunar eclipse moment. It's a 21-day sadhana. What is a sadhana? It's just simply a spiritual practice, a devotion. It's a time to connect with yourself. And I'm just completing a 21-day sadhana for restoration and balance with an amazing group. The miracles are insane, off the chart. The experiences people are having is so profound. I'm blown away. And that deepening, it helps us just cut the distractions and come into ourself, because the practice eventually it becomes our life, right? Our life is the practice. Our life is our spiritual nature. And the 21 days in June is going to be focused around intuition and connection, supporting you to awaken your intuitive gifts, enhance them, to deepen into the clarity and wisdom and knowings that you have within. So imagine every day you receive an email with some inspiration. Maybe it has an inspiring quote or a meditation or a practice, something you can incorporate as you enjoy. If you enjoy, it's not like it's intended to be homework. It's just things that you receive that help you continue to move forward and be committed to your mastery and your awakening of your intuition and connection. How perfect in June, starting with that full moon eclipse. And it will take us through the peak up level moment of the new moon. It's going to take us through 3 weeks, and it's going to be amazing what you will experience. And it's only $55 to join in. Plus, each week we get together as a group and circle where I do a talk and sort of workshopping session. You receive more gifts than you are already receiving each day. You get the connection, and all together as we connect and create our own lives and intuition, we're empowering each other because we're two or more are gathered. There is the divine, and we expand with each other exponentially as we do it together. So 21 days sadhana for connection and intuition. Develop your mastery. Come along, it's amazing. Go to selfascensionstudios.com and you will see in the online events tab the 21 day for intuition and connection, and you can register there, find out more details. It would be such an honor, and it's such an amazing opportunity. Again, I can't share how blown away I am by the miracles people had during the last sadhana that we did, and you didn't miss out. You're in the perfect place. You don't have to have done the last one to do this one. So just come on over. And if you're interested in anything else, past shows, archives, anything else I'm doing, please do check out selfascensionstudios.com. So much more is coming. So much more will happen. And keep on smiling. Keep on thriving. Go for your dreams. Reach for them. It is your time to expand. It truly is my honor to spend this time with you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying yes and continuing to grow and thrive. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings. Namaste. You've been listening to Soul Fusion Cafe with Jess Juntunen.
Connect with Jess and learn more at her inspiration hub, selfascensionstudios.com, and over on Instagram at JoyLoveJess and Soul Fusion Cafe Radio, or over at Facebook at Self Ascension Studios and Soul Fusion Cafe Radio. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Namaste and many blessings. I'm Jess Juntunen, and you're tuned into Oneness Talk Radio. One world, one voice. Expand your vision.